Hello, and welcome back to another edition of Carrie's Gardening Channel. So today is July the 23rd, 2019, and we harvested our onions today. Now there are more growing down in the hollow garden. The ones up top started rotting, and we noticed that the stalks were falling over. So when we pulled some of them out, we seen that the bulbs didn't have any roots on them. Something ate the roots off of the bulbs. So what we're doing, we're trying here. It's so wet this year that everything has a lot of moisture in it, and even the onions, especially the onions. So we're bunching them together, and we're putting a string around them to hang them to help them to dry. Now, this is a method that we used for drying them for years, but it's just been so wet this year and last year, and it's actually pouring down raining right now, that everything just has so much water in it. And what we did with some of these, the tops were cut off of them, and we're going to try and use those first. So we're going through them, and we're trying to find the ones that the tops are rotting on, and you can see there, that's all, you can see the water just coming out of them because of how wet everything is. So we're taking the pruners, and we're cutting the stalks back. So today is August the 7th, 2019, and my battery died on me, so I couldn't show the rest of hanging the onions up. But you can see here, we did get them hung up here. And on the ones that the stems were too short to do anything with, or they kind of fell out, we took the when we buy onions in the store, because we always run out, we keep the bags that they come in, and then we put our onions in those and hang them up in those as well, because it has all the airflow to it, so it'll let all of the air go through. Now what we did on these is the ones that started rotting because it was so wet this year, we actually took the skins off of them, and we took it down to where there was no more rot on the onion bulbs. And it didn't just happen to us. When we were in at the one exhibit and at the fair where people were competing with their the onions that they grew that year, you could see theirs were doing the same thing. They were trying to rot because everything was just so wet this year. Now, what we did with some of the onions where either the stalks were too short or they were trying to like rot on us, we took and put them in the refrigerator and we used those first. So these here, they actually did callus over, the ones that we peeled, because of the rotting on the outside of the onions, and they were so wet. So they did actually skin over where they're okay now. So we're going to keep watching them as they go. Now, one thing that you want to make sure, before it freezes, you want to make sure that you get your onions in a cool, dark location. We take them down and we actually keep them in the basement inside so that they don't freeze. Now you can, if you choose to, you can chop your onions up and put them in like seal and meal bags and put them in your freezer, but I will tell you, the onion smell and flavor will go through everything. We actually, the one lady that we know, she freezes onions, and then she just takes them out for her soups or her recipes, and she just uses them like that. Now, the other onions are still growing down in the hollow garden. They were actually planted later than these, and they were my seedlings, some of my seedlings that were planted down there. So they're still going, and they're producing very nicely down there. So we do still have some in the ground down in the hollow garden. So if you like my video, please like, comment, subscribe. Please don't forget to hit the little notification button. That'll tell you when I put a new video on. You can also follow me on Twitter. I will have a link down in the description for my Twitter account. Thank yous for watching, and I hope you have a nice day. Bye!